guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and my name is Heather. I feel like I've never introduced myself. So today I thought I should sit down and talk to you guys about hair because I haven't shot a sit down video in a while, and today we're talking everything moisture retention. I want to plug you guys. I want to help you guys be able to retain moisture in between wash days. So if you're going to wash your hair today, then it's going to take you a week or two to wash. You have to be able to retain moisture between those 2 weeks. That way your hair does not break. All right, so if you want to find out more about moisture retention, get the best tips for moisture retention, please do keep on watching and enjoy this video. So the first tip has to do with water. Water first before you do anything to your hair. Whether you want to style your hair or it's your daily hydration, moisturizing routine, water has to come first. Even before you wash your hair, you actually have to let water run through it before you actually start applying the shampoos or the deep conditioners that you apply on your hair. I actually love saying that water is a hydrator. Nothing else can hydrate your hair but water. Anything else can moisturize. Hence, you find that there's moisturizing creams, moisturizing butters. People even say that some oils are moisturizers, but they cannot hydrate your hair. So please practice spraying water first on your hair prior to you styling your hair, prior to you washing your hair or doing anything. There is a video I have where I was showing you guys how to maintain shrinkage. You will see the difference before and after I sprayed water on my hair and how easy it became for me to manage my hair because I was spraying water. So water first before. So tip number 2, leave-in conditioners. Leave-in conditioners are quite amazing. You need them to help you maintain your hair. So now that you're no longer washing your hair in between those 2 weeks, you need a leave-in conditioner and it has to be water-based. The first ingredient has to be aqua. If it isn't aqua, it can be something like aloe vera because aloe vera is quite moisturizing. So there's 2 types of leave-in conditioners. One can be a sprayable leave-in conditioner, another one can be a cream. So if you're going to be using the cream leave-in conditioner, ensure that you spray water first on your hair, then apply the cream leave-in conditioner. So tip number 3 has to do with shea butter. I absolutely love shea butter. I believe in shea butter. I'm sure I've said this quite a number of times. It's amazing, especially for coily and coarse textures. It contains vitamin A and vitamin E and fatty acids that help to add moisture and shine, amongst other benefits. There's raw shea butter and there's whipped shea butter. Raw is raw as you get it. Whipped, they mix raw shea butter and oils, they whip it together to make it a little bit soft and a little bit fluffier. And usually when you buy whipped shea butter, you don't really have to go over with oils on your hair because there's already oil on the shea butter that you're applying on your hair. An alternative where you don't want to use shea butter, use creams. Creams are quite amazing, and of course they have to be formulated with water, meaning the first ingredient is water. That is the major difference between a cream and a butter. Creams formulated with water, butters formulated with oils, and they are much more thicker, while as creams are runnier and lighter. Tip number 4 has to do with oils. Oils can help to seal in that hydration and moisture on your hair. That way you are able to retain moisture on your hair for longer because you've sealed it in. There's different types of oils that you can use. There's actually quite lighter oils like grapeseed oil. These you can apply. They basically mimic sebum, which is a natural oil that your scalp releases to keep your scalp and your hair nourished. The reason I'm mentioning this is because some people are worried that if I'm applying oils to seal in moisture, how will I be able to reapply my moisturizing products if there's already that barrier created by oils as a sealant? That's because there's different types of oils, some lighter, some thicker, some moisturizing, some not. For example, grapeseed is very light. Castor is too thick. Castor oil is so thick I do not even use it on my moisturizing routine. It'll clog my pores, it'll clog my scalp, and it's just way too thick for my hair shaft. What do I use it for? I use it for treatments like a hot oil treatments. And when it comes to washing your hair, there's different types of shampoos. Therefore, you need to know which one to use depending on how dirty your hair is. If you have not watched my videos about shampoos and co-washing, please do check it out. For example, there is a clarifying shampoo. It's made to ensure that it removes all the product buildup out of your hair to a point where you can't use it on the regular because it will end up stripping moisture out of your hair and strip those natural oils that your scalp releases to nourish your hair. But of course, you do have alternatives. If you have not checked that video out, please do check it out right now. Well, later after you finish watching this one. Tip number 5 is my favorite. I do this all the time when I wash my hair. I cannot compromise on deep conditioning. Please deep condition your hair every time you wash your hair. Do moisture treatments. If you can't do it every time, please make sure every second time you wash your hair, you do a moisture treatment. It's amazing. It will help to restore moisture and replenish moisture on your hair, especially because of our type of hair, kinky, coily, and coarse textures. We need to replenish as much moisture as we can. When I started doing them, my curls started popping more because my hair was healthier, my hair was softer, I was able to retain moisture more than I ever had. My hair was just at its best. Please do ensure that you use a heat cap, a plastic cap, a hooded dryer over the treatment during that waiting period. That way the treatment does penetrate your hair better and your hair is softer and moisture is retained for a longer period. Tip number 6 has to do with moisturizing products. What products are you applying on your hair? Are they moisturizing your hair? So for example, let's say it's a week after you've washed your hair and you decide to put your hair in twist. And twist is actually great for retaining moisture. Any protective hairstyle is actually great for helping to retain moisture. Whatever product you're going to be using to help you put your hair in twist, make sure it's moisturizing. If you decide to apply a lotion, ensure it's moisturizing. Water is amongst the first ingredients on there. When you decide to use a curling cream, make sure all of these things are moisturizing. Whatever you spray on your hair, make sure it's moisturizing. And stay away from this illusion that when your hair is shiny, it's moisturized. No, it could just be dirt. It could just be shiny because what you apply makes your hair shiny, not moisturize your hair. So sometimes you don't understand what's going on with your hair. Just put your hand in your hair, feel the texture of your hair, just feel your hair basically. It'll tell you if it needs more moisture or it's good. So tip number 7 has to do with trimming split ends. Please take care of your ends. Firstly, nurture the ends of your hair. They're fragile. They're the oldest part of your hair. So on those moisturizing routines that you have, ensure to moisturize your ends. Seal those ends with a good nourishing oil on there. I either trim them every 2 to 3 months, or every time I see that, no man, my ends are now split, my ends are not doing great, I trim them. You may think that you're losing length, but it just helps you to keep a good healthy afro, which will grow healthy as well. Tip number 8 has to do with you avoiding heat and chemicals on your hair. I'm not saying don't apply heat or chemicals on your hair. I'm just saying don't do it excessively, because too much of heat and chemicals can damage your hair. And when your hair is damaged, there's no going back. There's really no going back. Your hair will not be absorbing moisture or products as it should or as well as it can. If you do decide to apply heat and chemicals, there are heat protections that you are supposed to apply first before you use your irons or hair dryer. And also ensure that you don't do it all the time. Do it maybe once every 3 months, 4 months, but not all the time. If you can also just stay away from it completely, you can do that. But of course, it's always optional, but just be cautious of how much heat and chemicals you're applying on your hair. So tip number 9 has to do with hair porosity. There's different types. There's low porosity, high porosity, and normal porosity. So this basically has to do with how well your hair absorbs moisture. So I'm low porosity. Takes forever for my hair to absorb moisture, takes forever for my hair to lose it. When you're normal porosity, everything is just normal. And when your hair is high porosity, it's quite easy for your hair to absorb moisture, and it also easily loses moisture. So now this will always help you to understand how often should I be moisturizing my hair after wash day, or if I moisturize my hair today, when then should I be moisturizing it again. It will also help you to understand what products should you be using or applying on your hair. So tip number 10, if you're not doing this, you might as well just not do the other 9, because what's the point? Like, what's the point of doing everything else I just told you, only to go to sleep at night and have all of that moisture stripped away because you don't have a certain doek, because you don't have a certain bonnet or a certain scarf, a certain pillowcase. Please invest in anything that is certain for you to sleep in at night. It will help you. There will be a drastic change in your hair care routine. I actually have both a certain doek and a certain pillowcase. The pillowcase is for my skin and the doek is for my hair. Why? In case there's any oil that transfers onto my pillowcase, it will not transfer to my skin, so both my skin and my hair are protected. Satin will help to reduce frizz, prevent breakage on your hair, because when you sleep on other materials, there's so much friction on there, it strips moisture out of your hair. So imagine what's happening to your ends, imagine what's happening to your hair. So please do ensure that you invest in anything Satin for you to sleep in, and it will help you to better retain moisture on your hair. So that's it. Those are the 10 tips to live by to be able to better retain moisture on your hair. So to moisturize kinks and coils and, you know, beautiful afros. And I hope you guys really love this video. If you did, please do share the video, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and thank you so much. I'll see you guys in my next one.